welcome into Dwyer Field for this homecoming game for these Mason Comets. A very wet and windy night here in Mason, Ohio, but it's still enough for some high school football. Hi again, everybody. I'm Daniel Panetti here with my broadcast partner, Braden Johansson. As the kickoff kicks off, but Braden, both of these teams coming off losses. They're trying to turn their season around.
And we start the game off with a flag. Daniel, as you said, we are coming off a 1-3 record for Mason, 1-4 overall. 1-3 was in conference, forgive me. But Mason looking to match Fairfield's record after this game. Both teams coming off of a 2-loss streak, just trying to end the skid here, and Mason trying to send the students into a happy homecoming weekend with a win here.
Yeah, both of these teams coming off big losses. For Mason, it was 30-7 at Princeton, and for Fairfield, it was a 59-17 loss at Lakota East. So both teams' defenses with one of their worst showings the week before. And in a game like this, it feels like a defense's dream and an offense's nightmare, as the Mason Comets will come onto the field.
And, yeah, you got to know it's going to be hard to run any pass plays with 30-mile-per-hour winds nearly.
Likely a lot of runs tonight. Shape is going to hand it off to Adesanya up the middle. He's going to get stuffed immediately. Forward progress will take him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down for the Comets. And Brayden, you look at this Fairfield defense. Last 2 weeks, they've given up over 50 points. Last week, Jamison Kitna, the quarterback for Lakota East, almost 300 yards passing, about 5 touchdowns. So, like we've said, in conditions where passing is unlikely, it makes an offensive coordinator kind of want to be risky at times.
Yeah, and both teams coming off of a 2-touchdown scoring differential.
The handoff to the left side, it's McDaniel. And
Fumble.
the ball's on the ground, but the Comets are able to fall back on it. So,
not much energy from either side today. Not what you'd expect to see at a homecoming game. We're losing our band right here with Mason being the home team. No band today. Yeah,
so not the start that the Comets want. They find themselves in a 3rd and long situation. So once again, we're not really expecting the ball to be thrown, especially both offenses struggling so far this season with their air attack.
3 receivers outside. Shotgun snap.
Brandon Dunn in the backfield. Be a handoff to him. And he's going to get a couple on 3rd down, but that will likely send out the punt unit.
So we start off with 1 drive with 0 plays in the air, just trying to keep it on the ground so far.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to which of these teams can establish that run game. We look at this Fairfield offense we're about to see. The running back, Tyler George, he's number 1 in the GMC, 100 yards in all of the games so far. But here's something that can be very underlooked in a game like this, as Fairfield calls a timeout. Special teams is going to be very difficult. Kickoffs, punts, and field goals.
Yeah, as you saw in the first kickoff of the game, illegal kick out of bounds gave Comets some pretty good field position to start the game. Of course, Fairfield coming through in the clutch, not giving up more than 5 yards. Fairfield starting off a little dominant on the defensive side, trying to transition that into a little offense as they're looking to recover this punt, start with some good field position.
So like we've mentioned, this offense led through their senior, number 10, Tyler George, over 600 yards, 6 touchdowns in this little start to the season, but it's going to come off to Comets need to have a nice punt here on 4th down. So Kaiser Wilhelm has been the punter. And it's going to be offsides on Fairfield. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. So that'll make it 4th and 1. And I think the Comets are going to bring their offense back on the field and try and go for this.
Just as we say, Fairfield looking a little dominant on the defensive end. They go and make a blunder like that, let the Comets back in a little bit, see if they can do anything here.
So the Comet offense is going to come out in the huddle at the sideline. I think right here, you just try and get that QB sneak, just get that 1 yard that you need with your quarterback, Shafe. He's under center.
They are pinching the middle heavily here.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he has room.
Breaking
Brandon
through.
Dunn breaks free, and he's going to score. Nobody around him. Touchdown, Comets.
It is not every day you see a play like that. Coming off of the offsides, they get a second chance, and they do something with it. Brandon Dunn breaking out of 10 players right on the line, and there was no one within 10 yards of him to end it at the end zone.
First time we've seen Brandon Dunn lining up in the backfield. He's been their #1 receiver all year, but instead of doing it with his hands, he does it via a handoff. And the Comets, one of the most explosive plays that they've had this entire year. Max Gokel on for the extra points. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. Comets up 7-0.
So instead of a 3 and out, it is 4 plays, and Comets are up 7-0.
Yeah, like we said, the Comets, they've gotten bailed out and have bailed teams out a lot this season on 4th down. We've seen a lot of penalties coming on plays like that, and that can really change the trajectory of a game. So like we just saw, Comets were about to punt it away after a 3 and out, but an offsides that they drew on that first punt look leads to a 4th and short. They give it to one of their biggest playmakers in Brandon Dunn, and he takes it all the way.
Yeah, momentum very heavily could have been on Fairfield's side if they just stayed a little bit calmer there at the line. Not offsides there, but could have gotten the ball back, and now they are getting the ball back on a kickoff off a touchdown. So Mason looking to roll after that here now.
Yeah, those special teams penalties will drive a coach crazy. So now we will see this offense come out for the first time. So about a 55-yard rushing touchdown from Brandon Dunn, like we've already mentioned. First time that we've seen him really get carries. We were expecting to see guys like Temi Adesanya, Gavin McDaniel, maybe a Brian Birdsong, but the Comets really flipped a switch, as now we'll get to see this defense and what they have. Gokel runs up for the kickoff, and it's going to be a bit of a squib. They pick it up, and he's going to be tackled right around the 30. So this Fairfield offense will come out for the first time tonight, led by this junior quarterback, Dominic Back, his first year being the starter after the now graduated Talon Fisher, who took his talents up to Division I for college. So a brand new look for this offense. We've mentioned Tyler George already. Let's see what the Comets' game plan here on defense is to stop them. First and 10, motions one guy back in, 3 receivers to his right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to George. He's going to get a couple there. It'll make it about 2nd and medium.
Both teams starting off their first kickoff with a squib. You'll see that with as heavy a wind as there is, and breaks through a little bit. That'll be a first down. But with the wind here like it is, you don't want to take a risk of going out of bounds, even though Fairfield drove it straight out of bounds there.
Yeah, Fairfield running a very quick hurry-up offense. Like we've just said, first down now. It's going to be another handoff to George, and he's going to get maybe about 2. But like we said, Bray and Alex Brown there and on the tackle. The Comets have been pretty good this season defending the run. It's going to be another handoff up the middle, and same play, same results. That's going to make it now 3rd down.
Just leaving no time in between plays here. Fairfield trying a little bit of a hurry-up strategy.
3rd down. Comets look to have jumped. There is a flag down, but it's going to be a false start on Fairfield. So the hurry-up kind of catches themselves. So that's going to make it now 3rd and long for the Fairfield team after the Comets took their first drive for 7. Last thing they want to do is pump this ball right back. We mentioned weather-wise, the rain has really slowed down as the start of this game.
Yeah, about 45 minutes ago, you wouldn't have thought this game would be played, but
back
pretty bearable right now.
Throws to the right side. It's incomplete. So the Comets get a stop on the first drive of defense as the punt unit for Fairfield will come out. So, Brady, we saw that first drive. Comets knew there was going to be a lot of running with the best running back in the GMC, George, but they did a nice job containing him. I think the game plan is force Dominic back to try and throw the ball. That time they did, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it looked like they let him through one time and then said, all right, I see what you're doing there, and then we'll stop it the next 3 times.
So a nice first look from this Mason defense here on their homecoming night. Flag is down.
False start again.
It's going to be once again on Fairfield. That's the second false start of the drive. They take themselves back even further. We'll give Kaiser Wilhelm a little bit more room to try and make something out of a punt return. We talk about Wilhelm, one of the best players and athletes on this team. 3 interceptions on defense. And the punt is blocked. The Comets pick it up, and they might take this one all the way back. Preston Esta scores for the Comets, and they're up 13-0 here early in the first quarter.
And the offense and defense are tied in points right now. Just an electric play. Not every day you see a punt return or a punt block and scoop and score. But, I mean, homecoming game, that's all you want to do. That's one of the most electric plays in the game, and you're just hyping this crowd up.
Huge play for the senior captain. And like you said, a very small showing due to the weather, but Dwyer Field is loud as the Comets look the best they've looked all season. Gogol on for the extra points. And Braden, we talk about the Comets didn't even have to come out for a second drive, already getting up 2 possessions. We get ready for this extra point. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. Comets take a 14-0 lead after the blocked punt by Preston Esta. And what a start to this game.
Offense has to wait another drive to get another chance out on the field. So a surprising performance by Mason's defense, one of their best showings of the year early in this game.
Absolutely. We knew going into this game that Fairfield, even though the stats say that they have one of the best offenses, a lot of those big games have came against some of the lesser teams of the GMC. Their 2 wins, they put up 50 points, but it's against Sycamore and Coleraine, 2 teams at the bottom of the GMC. So they came in with, on paper looked pretty good, but I think this Comet defense, you watch some of the film, and you know that sometimes the stats don't tell the whole truth, and so far this game plan has been incredible.
Comets playing like they've got something to play for here today on homecoming.
Absolutely. The Comets will be another kickoff as they look to make this game even more in their favor. And you wonder if we see another squib here, and we will. That one will go up the middle. Same place as last time, returned at the 20, but he's just going to knee it down. So the second drive for this Indian offense. We look at that first one, they tried to really establish that hurry-up offense with Dominic back and Tyler George, but it just didn't work out in their favor, even cost them a little bit. So we saw a false start on that 3rd and medium, made it 3rd and long. So you wonder if they try and kind of slow down a little bit, try to get their offense established before trying to move quick.
Yeah, penalties are the story of this game so far, as both of Mason's touchdowns coming off of a play with a flag thrown.
First down is going to be a handoff to George up the middle. He's going to be brought down by a bunch of guys. Ball's on the ground, but it's going to be called dead. Alex Brown and Javion Hendricks, 2 guys swarming there up to the ball. So far, we've heard Alex Brown's name a lot in these first 2 drives. Second down for the Indians. It's going to be yet another. It's going to be a pass, actually. That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be called incomplete. So the first kind of RPO action that we saw, that we've seen from Fairfield, it's going to lead them to a 3rd down. Third down now for the Indians. Trips to the left, 1 wide receiver, 2 backs right. Looking to the sideline. He's going to motion George to the left side. Looks his way, but he's looking right the entire time. He's going to take it down himself. And a huge hit, but he breaks them free, and he's still going. And he's finally brought out of bounds by OHSAA right at the 48, around 49. So Dominic back. We've seen a couple times so far this season him using his legs, and he does it perfectly there for the first down. Another hurry up there. George is going to take it, and he's immediately swallowed up in the back. In the backfield is Henry Berry.
So it's looking these first two drives, Mason's just taking a couple plays to catch up with the hurry-up offense Fairfield's playing here.
Play action, throws over the middle, and not a good throw. You can tell the weather is getting to back there.
Yeah, you got to imagine with every kick being a squib and all the ground just being nearly flooded here, that ball's got to be hard to throw.
Absolutely. And being a hurry-up offense, you're not really able to try and kind of clean it off a little bit with a towel or something, which we see a lot happen, try and switch the balls out. But it'll be 3rd and 10. Back is going to be a design quarterback run, goes up the middle, and he's brought down at the 44. It will not be enough for the first down. Let's see what they call up here on 4th. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense on. 4th and 5, back in the shotgun. One receiver to his right, 2 to his left. Drops back. Pocket starts to collapse. Rolls out to the right side. He's being chased down by Hendricks. And he's going to be brought down. Got the ball out, but it's incomplete, and the Comets force a big turnover on 4th down.
The rushing defense of the Comets is really some of the best we've ever seen this season. The pass rush and defending against running plays, they're right there every time. They're chasing people down, and they're making big plays, and that's been what's kept them in this game and kept them ahead in this game.
It's like John Hendricks there on the pressure, able to force that turnover. So now the Comets, only their second drive of the game here, 6 minutes and 41 seconds left in this first quarter, but they're already up 2 possessions, and if they're able to try and take down some of this clock, go into the second quarter, possibly up 21-0, it could be huge for the rest of this game and try and have a relaxing homecoming game. First down, it's going to be a handoff to Dunn to the left side. He has some room to the left side, and he might be free again. Brandon Dunn at the 20, and he's brought down at the 15.
He is just faster than every single player on this field.
And I think the Comets may have found an answer for this running game. Brandon Dunn already nearing 100 yards here in the first quarter on the ground. And how about this Comet offense, Braden?
I mean, you just getting it to the same guy every time, and that's working. So if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Feels like the Comets are somewhat finding a new identity with number 10 in the backfield. He's going to stay in. It's going to be shotgun trips, look to the right side for Schaaf. He's going to look to throw. It's going to be a dump off to the right side. Has C.J. Kastner, but he's brought down maybe after about a gain of 1. But no, we weren't really expecting the ball to be put in the air. We've seen Fairfield do it a lot, but the Comets, that's Schaaf's first attempt of the game.
I mean, he's 1 for 1 right now. Keep him at 100. And that running game's working perfectly. So, I mean,
yeah, it feels like a game where they're not even really going to need Schaaf to be putting the ball in the air much, especially with how Dunn is running. And you still have
no need to risk the turnovers there with putting the ball in the air. Just keeping it on the ground is working well.
It's going to be a play action to the right side. Schaaf's going to be brought down way behind the line of scrimmage. Ball came out, but he is ruled dead. It is ruled dead. So a big miss there for the Comets. They tried to catch Fairfield off guard, but they were ready there for it.
So not exactly the situation Comets wanted to be in after that First play run, 3rd and 20 here.
3rd and 22. It looks like it'll be ball placed down at the 25. Now it feels like you're likely going to keep the ball in the air here, try and get maybe better range for Gogol. It's going to be a direct snap to Schaaf. Schaaf to the left side. He has some room. Tries to stiff arm one, but he's going to be brought down eventually at
We've
the
got
20.
Probably try for a field goal here. We've got about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Comets up 14-0.
Yeah, Comets are going to bring on the special teams unit, but you do got to remember, Braden, in the weather that we're having, it makes it so much more difficult for a kicker already as good as Max Gogol's been this year. You know he has one of the strongest legs in the GMC.
And as we saw at Oak Hills, this distance and this wind doesn't mix well for him.
Yeah, he's missed a couple this season, and you know, us being in the press box, we don't really feel the wind right now, but you know, we were out there just a little bit ago. It's not pretty.
Yeah, and believe me, we hear it out there.
So Comets. It's actually going to be a flag down, and it's going to be brought to a 3rd and 4, a 15-yard penalty. So after that, the Comets are still going to bring on the field goal unit. Missed exactly what the call was, but it makes it a lot more of a manageable field goal at the left hash for the junior kicker.
26-yard attempt here for Gogol.
And it's going to be an offsides penalty. They look to have jumped. And it is going to be offsides. And after a 3rd and 22, the Comets are going to get a first down off of 2 penalties from Fairfield. That's going to make it 1st and goal, and the Comets have a chance to punch it in for 7.
And we can tell you confidently already with 3 3/4 minutes left in the first quarter that penalties will be the story of this game.
You got to think if you're a coach for this Indian team, you got to be incredibly frustrated. All of the points, at least so far, for that Mason has gone has kind of came from penalties, and now they have a chance to do it again. Temi Adesanya in the backfield with Schaaf, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. It's going to be a pitch out to the right side. Adesanya, he's going to get a couple. He'll be down to about the 1 or the 2. They'll put him on the 2. There is a penalty flag. It's going to be a personal foul against the Comets, so they're going to go way back on this first down. Takes them back 15 yards. The ball is going to be placed at the 19, so now both teams getting into penalty trouble.
I mean, at least Mason got another chance at it, so let's see if they can come back from around the 20 like they did before.
Makes this first down go from pretty relaxing to hard to manage. As we look back, 3 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Clock is running. Comets up 14-0 off of a huge run from Brandon Dunn and a blocked punt from Preston Estoesta. Comets looking the most dominant they have all year. They're going to get another chance here on first down, but 15 yards back. It's going to be a handoff to Adesanya. Adesanya breaks free from a couple. And he's going to be down right around the 12.
3rd and very long here from about the 14. And no first down to this chance because this drive started from within the 10.
Correction, it's going to be 3rd down now. So it did not reset the first down. It was Ramir Coney in on the tackle for Fairfield. He has about 25 tackles on the year. So that personal foul did not mean a retake of the down. So now it's going to be 3rd down for the Comets. A late handoff up the middle, but he breaks free to the left side. Brandon Dunn still pushing. to the 5.
Needed to get past about 2 more guys, and he's in the end zone there, but that'll end up being 4th and 5.
So it is going to be 4th down. Comets find themselves in a similar spot they were just a minute ago in another field goal situation. Gogol his 3rd time out. See if he actually will kick it this time. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and the Comets will take a 17-0 lead here late in the first quarter after a bit of a confusing drive, but the Comets still get points out of it.
Yeah, you're seeing the color yellow a ton tonight, but Max Gogol will improve to 7 and 9 there field goals on the season. 26-yard attempt is good to make it 17-0 Mason.
Yeah, we talk about it. One of the best kickers in a GMC, has the leg to make it from probably 40 plus already here, the junior grade here, the high school level. Gogol's been a soccer player his entire life.
And with 26 total points, he is Mason's top scorer on the season so far.
The Comets will kick it off, expecting that kind of squib kick that they've been doing all game so far. And Braden, so far in this first quarter, Comets already up 3 possessions. The momentum has fully been in their favor, and it feels like this is a game where you want to have that kind of showing, being the homecoming game.
Yeah, I mean, this is an uncharacteristic showing for Mason. We're seeing all sorts of energy and just great play call that we have not seen before this season.
It is that squib kick, and he's going to be tackled right around the 30-yard line. And the Indians will come out once again on offense. We've looked at these past couple of drives. They've been able to get some first downs. They just haven't been able to execute, and it's mainly been because of penalties that have been driving them back so much this game. It feels like on the sideline, when this offense is on the sideline, you know, your offensive coordinator and your coaches had to be saying, just play clean and let this offense establish itself, and don't let any laundry out on the field. Back will be in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to George. George has a hole up the middle, and he's going to get the first down after about a gain of 11. Is a penalty flag down. Let's see if this one's going to be coming back.
False start number 4 for Fairfield today.
Yeah, rarely you see a false start, but a play still happens. So, like we just mentioned, Braden, the penalty flags have been killing this Fairfield team, and right there on the first play of the drive, it already takes them back. And the last thing you want to do, you know, we've said it a million times, is put the ball in the air in wins like this. It's going to be another handoff to George. He's going to be brought down way back in the backfield. Ryan Davis, number 17, the senior, in on the tackle. Look at him. About 30 tackles on the year, 18 solo, as well as a sack on the year. Be 2nd down and 15.
Fairfield already given up 36 yards on penalties tonight with 6 flags.
This will be another run up the middle. He's going to get right back to where they started this drive. And something we've noticed with Fairfield is all their runs have kind of been that halfback dive up the middle, and no sort of really variety. As there's a player down for, there's going to be an injury timeout. A player is down for Fairfield. Both teams will come to the sideline. And we're going to head to a quick break as we get ready for, as we get an update on this injury. cleaned up from the injury timeout. It's going to make it 3rd and 10 for the Fairfield Indians as the Comets trying to get force another punt. Trips to the left side, one receiver at the bottom of your screen. Back alone in the shotgun. Both teams looking. The offense a little bit of confusion, but they're just going to take it down. That's going to do it for the first quarter. So we'll head to another break as we get ready for the second quarter. Stay tuned for some more action here on Mason Sports Radio. And that one's just going to go up the middle. Alex Brown was in there on the tackle. It'll bring up another 4th down. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, that will make it 4th down. This punt team will come out for Fairfield as the Comets get another stop.
Braden's starting to come back down here a little bit at Dwyer Field.
And the Comets find themselves in a good spot in case it does get, well, there does start to pick up more. Kaiser Wilhelm will be back for punt return. So far, no huge returns for him. That snap way on the ground, almost blocked again. Wilhelm's just going to let it bounce. Takes a bit of a Fairfield bounce to about the 29 of the Mason Comets. So this offense will come back out once again. And Braden, so far this offense, it's been a story of number 10, Brandon Dunn, lining up at the running back spot, getting some handoffs, and he's made the most out of them.
Yeah, we're just trying something new here. We got a bunch of people playing places that we haven't seen before, and it's working very well. Brandon Dunn being one of the key examples of that today, just breaking through and running past every single person on the field.
Yeah, that left side has been wide open for the senior, usually receiver. So far he's been lined up in the backfield, and he is once again to Shafe's right. It'll be 1st down for the Comets. It'll be a handoff to Temi Adesanya. Adesanya's going to get maybe 1 on 1st down before he's brought down by this Fairfield defensive line.
A little bit of a uncomfortable situation to be a fan in here, but with all the rain coming down. But you got to imagine they're having a little bit of fun on the field playing in this. I mean, you just remember playing in the backyard when the rain's coming down. Everyone comes in the house all drenched and muddy, and that's just, I mean, without the mud here on this turf field. But it's just got to be a super fun game, especially on homecoming nonetheless.
Shafe's going to launch it deep to the right side, looking for Ethan Jordan, and it's broken up. No flags down. That was Gabe Ross, the junior safety in on coverage, but not expected at all. I was looking for Ethan Jordan down on just looked to be a go route. So that's going to make it now 3rd down and about 10 for the Comets. They try and keep this drive alive. 10 minutes left here in the second quarter. And Brayden, you would just think that the Comets try and just kind of run out the clock as much as they can, kind of starting now.
Yeah, I mean, you got kind of two choices here in this scenario. A little bit of damage control, just run out the clock, make sure no one scores, be that you or the Indians here. Or you could put your foot even further on the accelerator and try and just put this game to bed before the second half.
Ashton Schaaf took that on a QB keeper. He was able to pick up the first down, had a hole through the middle, so the Comets keep this drive going. And something to mention about this Fairfield defense, a lot of sophomores and juniors, really no seniors much on this Fairfield defense, so it means that they'll be able to get some more years together and build some chemistry. We know that this defense has struggled a lot this season and so far tonight, but it's one of the things they're going to get from such a young group.
Yeah, good pipeline here for Fairfield. If you look at their roster, you'll see an overbearing amount of juniors and sophomores rather than seniors. Only about 6 seniors on the field right now.
First down, Schaaf's going to look to throw, looking to his right, but he throws and finds Jordan up the middle. Ethan Jordan's going to be close to a first down. They're going to mark him just a little bit short. Ross there in on the tackle. The Comets starting to pass the ball a little bit more, and it seems tonight that that number 1 guy is Ethan Jordan, at least through the air.
Yeah, I mean, with the lead that the Comets have right now, you've got the right to be a little bit more adventurous with your play call. Put it in the air a little bit more. Just try and get downfield and score a little more.
Yeah, it's games that teams like the Comets need, where you don't have much to lose. You're up 3 possessions. Obviously, you don't want to take your foot extremely off the gas pedal, but you're able to experiment a little bit more. He's going to hand it off to Dunn up the middle. Helmet goes flying, and it's going to be a first down. See which Fairfield player lost his helmet. Could be 8.
Really gutsy call plays off for Mason as they get the first down there. Just driving right up the middle. Got a good 2 or 3 yards from that and starts them off at the 40 for their next set of downs.
Comets trying to get into Fairfield territory. We see them already chewing the clock a little bit. A little less than 8:15 left here in the second quarter. It will be Brandon Dunn in the backfield once again. Schaaf's going to take it himself up the middle. He's down a little awkwardly. He's going to gain about 5 or 6. I'll make it 2nd and 4, so now we're seeing Schaaf start to, we saw earlier in the season, mainly against Lakota East and teams like Oak Hills, where Schaaf started using his legs a lot more, and it seemed to have worked in some of those games, so the Comets trying to keep that going.
Yeah, I mean, against Oak Hills, that was one of the main weapons used there, and that paid off as it's given them their only win of the season thus far, but looking good that they'll have another one at the end of the day.
Schaaf going to launch it deep once again and just overthrows his target. He's looking for number 88, the sophomore Jamian Martin, and it looked like Martin may have had a step on that defender. Schaaf just a tad bit overthrown. But something new we're seeing from this Mason offense. They've almost never taken deep shots this year. They've taken 2 this drive, 1 to Martin, 1 to Ethan Jordan. So, Coach Kastner talked this week on Comet Sports Talk. We were able to interview him about how important it is to get points after your defense is making such a good stop.
And great coverage on that last play by Josiah Leonard, staying up with one of Mason's top track stars, Jamian Martin.
That's going to be complete to Ethan Jordan for the first down. He gets that around the 46, so this Comet offense stays rolling. Another first down. They keep the drive moving. So far, you honestly like what you're seeing from Ashton Schaaf through the air. He had those 2 misses on the deep shots, but those are not easy at all. And he just barely missed Martin. So, and one of the best parts is that so far, Schaaf has had a lot of time to throw, only sacked once. It's kind of on a play-action bootleg. So first down for Mason. Adesanya behind Schaaf. Mason's going to call a timeout before the play begins.
Yeah, completion percentage is unbelievable in today's wind, honestly. You would have come into this game thinking that you'll throw maybe 5 attempts, maybe get one of them caught, but Shafe's doing a great job of getting that ball into his guys' hands.
Yeah, a little bit different from what we predicted at the start of the broadcast, but lucky for the Comets and honestly everybody here at Dwyer Field, the rain hasn't been as bad as it's been earlier today. So it's been giving especially Mason more of a chance to explore their playbook a little bit more.
And the way Mason played earlier today is kind of giving them the chance to take a little bit more risky plays here.
And a GMC update, Hamilton up 21-0 over Princeton, one of the top teams in the GMC. That could be a huge upset. The Comets just coming off of a loss to Princeton. Already up. Looks like they're already up 3 scores.
Comets taking up 2.5 minutes on this possession already.
So first down for the Comets. It's going to be to the left side. It's caught by Esta. And he's going to dive forward for the first down. Rarely do we see Esta out on the offense, but like you mentioned, Braden, a lot of guys being moved, it looks like, and it's working in the Comets' favor. He's already been having a great game, had that block punt earlier for the Comets' second score of the game, so you like this little bit of variety that the Comets are offering.
Yeah, I mean, what better point in the season to start experimenting with some different stuff? I mean, you 1-4, you got to say that nothing's really working for you yet. You got to find something, and the way they're playing tonight, you think Mason may have found a little bit of stuff to work with here. So looking up for the rest of the season here for the Comets.
Comets have been having a good history of homecoming nights these past couple years. Shafe's going to take it himself on a read option, rolls to the right side, breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to be taken down at the 24. The legs of Ashton Shafe moving these sticks forward. First down for Mason.
Mason on a roll here, just repeatedly pushing the ball over the marker and moving the chains, just play after play. And Ashton Shafe, one of your more physical quarterbacks, it's not very often you see a guy running as much as him, and just he doesn't shy away from contact. He'll go head first into it, he'll start stiff arming, and he'll push to get that ball that extra 2 or 3 yards.
Another GMC update. Oak Hill's up 13-0 over the Sycamore Aviators. The Comets will see Sycamore in just a few weeks for that Battle of the Skies game. Shafe looks to the left side, has this guy, C.J. Kastner, wide open, breaks a few tackles, he's still up, and he's going to get into the end zone. C.J. Kastner breaks a few and gets in for 6, and this Comet offense keeps rolling. The second touchdown pass of the season for Ashton Shafe, first of the year for C.J. Kastner, and the Comets take a 23-0 lead here in the second quarter.
Great job of just getting that ball, breaking a couple tackles, and not letting anything stop him on the way to the end zone. Kastner extending this lead.
Yeah, just a great play design. Kastner just takes a few steps and then rolls left on a bit of an out route, and it was right there. He was able to break off 2 defenders and punch it in for 6. He was looking for that big touchdown on the homecoming game. So Gogol out for this extra point. It looks like it's going to be another flag. Saw some movement at the line. It's going to be an off. It's going to be, yes, it will be offsides for Fairfield. Once again, those pre-snap penalties coming to Fairfield.
So who knows what Mason's going to try next. Do you go for 2 here? Got a little 1-yard opportunity.
Looks like they'll still keep out Gokul in the special teams unit, but
Mason declining the penalty, just keeping the guys out there, trying to get them back in.
But we look back, that was one of the most impressive drives we've seen all year from Mason. Had some runs, Ashton Shafe using his legs very well, and then caps it off with a passing touchdown. Good snap, kick is up, and the Comets make it 24-0 here at Dwyer Field in a dominating homecoming first half. We like to say this is already the most points that the Comets have put up all season, and I mean just so far, Braden, just pure dominance.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like we said earlier, you can either try and hold the ball and just chew the clock as much as you want to, or you could keep your foot on the accelerator, and it looks like they're doing the latter here. They're just trying to pour the ball into the end zone as much as they can, get the crowd as hyped up as possible going into this weekend.
Yeah, so still a couple minutes left here, 5:08 left in the second quarter. Got to think that the Indian offense is likely going to try and be a little more aggressive. You know, some of the runs, they've been able to get something from Tyler George, but not much. This pass game hasn't really been open for them much either, as they're just looking to find something. Gogol takes his steps back as we get ready for likely another squib kick. It's what they've been doing all game. Gogol runs up, and he's going to really boot it away this time. And it'll just go into the end zone for a touchback. Ball will be placed at the 25.
And that's the first kick we've seen today that's gone in the air.
And Braden, this Fairfield offense comes back out. You know, what do they need to change this drive to try and punch it in for, hopefully 6, but just at least some points?
Yeah, Fairfield here, you gotta believe that this is their one last chance to stop the bleeding before the end of the half. 24 unanswered points, and you're trying to put something through the pylons or through the goalpost at this point. Just end the shutout.
Fairfield will get the ball to start the second half. It'll be a handoff to George, but he's not going to get anything. Maybe one on first down. Sorry, that's Bryant on the carry. Yeah, it's number 13, the senior Stephen Bryant, new running back for the Aviators. It'll make it second down. Back in the shotgun. Gonna look to the right side. He's going to fire it deep beyond the sticks, and it's caught. First down.
Unbelievable catch there.
Just a beautiful throw. It was Braden Miller, number 9.
Braden Miller watching that ball over his shoulder into his right hand. I mean, eyes on it the whole time. Pulled that right in there for a nice gain of 20 yards.
Yeah, he's over 160 yards on the season. That was his 19th catch of the year. Back takes that one on first down for just a little bit, but a beautiful throw there from the junior quarterback.
Yeah, landed
right over the shoulder of Javion Hendricks. It's been one of the best plays that they've gotten so far tonight.
Landed that right where he wanted it. He was, I mean, you could call it, he was locked up, honestly. He was right behind him and just threw it right over top of him, and Miller was able to capitalize on that and pull it in over his shoulder.
Yeah, it's one of those plays. It was textbook coverage, but sometimes a perfect throw can beat perfect coverage. And it looks like there was a face mask call against the Comets, so that'll put Fairfield all the way up to the Comet 40. Back's going to dump it off to the left side. It's going to be incomplete. He was looking once again for number 9, Braden Miller, but the ball hits the ground just before he's able to reel it in. Second down. Now they stay in that hurry-up offense. 10 yards to go. Ball still at the 40. Low snap, back able to get it. Has some time, launches it deep to the right side, and that's almost intercepted. Bounces in and out of the hands of Preston Estoesta. Would have been his second interception in 2 games. But that might just be the weather that we've been talking about. This ball obviously not easy to catch.
Yeah, and he had it there too, and just bounced in and out of his hands. And after that play, held his head with his hands, just knowing, man, I should have caught that. But the ball's got to be super wet. Here's you see on that play, bobbled around with it a little bit, but able to take it and go into the ground and make it 4th down.
Yeah, back on the speed option to the left side. Tried to, when he moved back into the right side, or to the middle, fumbles it a little bit. We talk about Braden. That's why defensive backs are defensive backs and not wide receivers a lot of times, because of plays like that. Estoesta is shaking his head. Almost gave the Comets another turnover. Big play here. Back rolls out to his right. He's going to keep it himself. And he breaks some tackles.
Looks
and
like we'll have a holding call here.
Gets the first down pending a flag. And like you said, Braden, it looks like it's going to be holding against the Indians. So a little bit of a chunk there on 4th down goes to nothing. So a bunch of flags so far tonight. It's two teams who you can obviously tell really don't like each other. Fairfield was trying to get revenge. And also an unsportsmanlike conduct versus Fairfield as well. So they go from a 4th and somewhat manageable to a 4th and forever.
4th and 35 after a 4th and 5 here. So you got to imagine that they are not going to try and pass the ball anymore.
Yeah, this punting unit is going to come back on. But we mentioned last year the Comets went into Fairfield, and we really saw Ashton Schaaf for one of the first times that season with the injured Quinn Brown, and they were able to pull out a win versus a Fairfield team who had one of the better quarterbacks in the GMC of Talon Fisher. That punt away, Wilhelm would just let it bounce, and it'll be bounced on at the 26. So with 3 minutes and 16 left, the Comets will try to add to the bleeding that they've already enforced so far tonight.
Yeah, Daniel, if you're the offensive coordinator here, what you're playing here? You holding the ball, or are you going downfield trying to score another going into the half?
You got to think that you're the Comets. There's no reason to put the ball in the air. You just got to put it down on the ground. You've already had Brandon Dunn break out a bunch of big plays. Adesanya's been your guy all year. And those are the two in the backfield. Dunn's going to roll out to the left side. Adesanya gets it, tries to stiff arm one, but he's going to be brought down for about a gain of 7. It's Leonard there on the tackle. But like we said, Braden, you're up by almost 4 possessions right now. No need to risk anything, and try and add to the scoreboard a little bit before half. Schaeffel lined up with Brandon Dunn behind him. Here for 2nd and short. It's going to be a handoff to Dunn. Dunn breaks free from a couple, and it's going to be a first down at about the 45. Brandon Dunn able to make some guys miss. Talk about the speed that he has, but the strength of able to get off some of those first tackle attempts.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotten to the point today where I'm seeing Brandon Dunn in the backfield, and I'm looking forward for the play to come. You never know what's going to happen, but it's usually good when he's using his legs.
Yeah, it looks like the Comets may have found their new speed running back. At least him and Adesanya could be a dangerous duo the rest of the year. First down, those two back in the backfield with Schaaf. It's going to be a handoff to Dunn, left side, and he's going to be brought down. Maybe got 1, but the Fairfield defense was ready.
We've hit 2 minutes remaining in the first half here today. Comets up 24-0. 2nd and 9, ball on the Comets 46.
Second down for the Comets, about 9 to go here near midfield. Kastner goes in motion. Schaaf rolls out to the right side, fires it, and it's going to be caught by Kastner. That's going to move the chains. Another big completion from 11 to 2. Chains moving the Comets once again here in business.
And I'm going to throw your words right back at you, Daniel. No reason to put the ball in the air, and they do it right there and get some good yardage there and looking to score here to end the half. It's looking like at this point. Got a minute 30 left.
Comets have a chance to put up 30 in the first half if they're just able to keep on. Schaaf going to look to throw, launches it deep down the left side, looking for Kastner. Incomplete.
I mean, 5 more seconds in the, like half a second more in the pocket, and Schaaf's getting that one off, and I'd put money that Kastner catches that one. Just needed a little more time there, but pocket collapsed. Schaaf needed to get one up.
So yet another big look for Mason where Schaaf just misses his receiver just a little bit. We look at this Princeton-Hamilton game. Hamilton up 28-0 over the top team in the GMC. Likely the most shocking game that we've seen so far this entire season. Schaaf's going to take this one up the middle. He'll gain a little bit. He'll make it third and a little bit to go.
Comets will go 3rd and 6 from the 39 here. Minute left in the first half.
Look at some other games. Lakota West only up 10-0 on the Colerain Cardinals in the second quarter. Colerain looks to be staying in that game a little bit. Sycamore still down 13-0 to Oak Hills. But you look at those two games, Lakota West, you would think has a little bit more of a lead versus Colerain. He's going to find Esta Westa on the left side. That's going to be a first down.
But there are 2 flags out on the play there before the pass.
Illegal shift on Mason, so that will take away the first down. Braden, I think at halftime, I want to see how many penalties have been going against each team.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a little bit of a report here at the half. Try and have some of that here for you next time we come back.
But the Comets have been usually pretty decent on keeping the yellow off the field. But so far this game, both teams just haven't been playing clean football. 3rd down and about 11 for the Comets. 2 receivers, 2 Schaafs left. Drops back, has some time. The pocket collapses quickly, and he's going to be brought down way behind the line of scrimmage. That was number 5 in on the sack for Fairfield. Coney, once again, that's his 10th tackle for loss on the season.
Yeah, broke 2, but 3rd time was not the charm there, and he'll be sent back a good 15 yards.
We look at Coney, 22 solo tackles on the year. He's been their big guy, at least up front, so that's going to make it a 4th down.
Comets go from into Fairfield territory to back to their own 41. 4th and 26 here. And this is probably just going to be a punt to take away 8 seconds out of the last 20.
Yeah, 18 seconds left here in the second half. So the Comets kind of do what they wanted with killing this clock as much as possible. Fairfield will likely have a chance for a few plays once they get the ball back. Big thing is getting this punt away cleanly. Snap back to Wilhelm, gets it off.
Some good blocking in the backfield there.
And it's a great punt from Wilhelm, down at about the 12. His great season punting the ball will continue. That one inside the 20. 9 seconds left. You wonder if Fairfield is just going to knee this and take it to half. Not really much of an opportunity here. They will get the ball to start the second half. But Braden, this entire first 2 quarters of play have been all Mason Comets.
Yeah, I mean, you hope to see more of the same in the second half here, and we'll have that back for you after these 10 seconds are gone. But, I mean, even if no one knows scores in the second half, this is still a massive win for Mason.
Just got to hold on to it. And it looks like they are going to line up for another play. No, they will just knee it and take it to halftime. So at the end of the first half, the Comets with the most dominating first half that they've had in likely the past 2 years, Braden, up 24-0 here on this homecoming night for Mason. We'll go to a break here. Stay tuned for the second half here on Mason Sports Radio. Welcome back to Dwyer Field for the second half here from this homecoming night. Comets kick it away as Fairfield will get the ball here to start the second half. I'm Daniel Panetti here with Braden Johansson. They'll take this one out and be tackled right at the 20. But Braden, ball looked to come out. And still trying to find who has the ball. And it's going to be Fairfield ball, so they're able to jump back on it. But Braden, we come back into the second half. We recap those first two quarters. It was all Mason Comets.
I mean, there's not much else you can say about that. Defense, the offense, and
special teams as well.
Yeah.
And a block punt for a touchdown. Preston SOS just on all parts. This team was just clicking.
And if you got to name one guy, it's got to be Brandon Dunn in his new backfield role. Just running the ball across the field, and you're realizing this game that he would dust most people on this field in a race.
So first down for Fairfield. It's going to be a handoff. Or no, the quarterback's going to keep it himself.
Ooh.
And he's taken down by two Comet defenders. Ryan Davis in there on the tackle. So a huge tackle for loss there on first down. It was him and Jonathan Hendricks, the junior defensive lineman. It's a great start. First and 15. One wide receiver to the left side of back. Trips to his right. Likely to put the ball in the air here early after the loss of 5. Play action. Back looking right. He's going to fire deep downfield. And it's incomplete, in and out of the hands. Braden Miller, he's found him a few times in the first half. He's been that #1 receiver. But Braden, now the Indians find themselves in a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and I mean, they've grown accustomed to this game with all the penalties and just Comet rush. They've found themselves in a lot of long scenarios on 3rd down.
3rd down, back, looking to throw. He rolls out to the right side, running out of room, and he's going to fire it. Incomplete. So it's going to be a 3 and out for Fairfield to start the second half. Comet defense looks like they didn't miss a single beat from that first half.
And some of that changed that drive saw a lot more balls in the air than a couple of the drives last half. Weather's died down a bit here. No more rain, and wind seems to have gone a little bit away. So see if the play styles change and see if any tides shift here.
So Kaiser Wilhelm will be back to receive the punt. So far he hasn't caught any. Just let all of them bounce. We know with the athlete that he is, he could easily be a threat to take one all the way back. Gets that one away, almost blocked. It looked like it may have been tipped by Preston SOS. He's been there every time. That ball's going to be down right at about the 47. And this Comet offense will come back onto the field. We look at the first half. Ashton Schaaf, Brandon Dunn, maybe a mix of Ethan Jordan were those 3 big guys in that first half. Brandon Dunn already about 100 yards in this game. Had that first huge touchdown for about 55 yards. And it looks like, we mentioned a couple of times, Braden, Comets may have found a new running back.
Yeah, we may need to mirror the first drive of this game right here with the first drive of the half. See a little bit of a rushing start here into the end zone.
This team will come back on for their first drive of the half. It is Brandon Dunn behind Schaaf. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Dunn. It's a few. He gains maybe 5 there.
Got wrapped up about 1 yard in, but, I mean, he got pushed a good 4 yards.
Yeah, he's able to get that second effort a little bit to go. It's what we'd like to see from a guy like this. You know, Brandon Dunn, not a huge build, definitely not like a Temi Adesanya, but he is able to push forward through some of those first tackles like we've seen tonight. It looks like he's going to get a lot of these reps at running back this half. 2nd and about 6. It's going to be the same play. And he's going to get a few more here. It'll make it about 3rd and 2, maybe 3 after 2 carries from number 10.
3rd and 3 here. See if we'll have a rushing play in the air, or if we'll have another penalty that'll push the Comets forward. That's happened a bunch this game as well. It's partially why Fairfield's down as much as they are is that they keep letting Mason back in with flags being thrown on the field.
Yeah, I bet that was something that was harped on a lot in the locker room, is just play clean football. If we did that, the score would be a lot different. It's going to be 3rd down, done to the right side, and there is a flag. And it is offsides on Fairfield. So these maybe hard counts are really getting to the Indians, and that's going to be a free 1st down. Comets able to move the sticks thanks to the offsides penalty.
And, I mean, you know it's getting bad at the point when you're able to call what's going to happen on the penalty front for the other team. Yeah, I mean, you've got to seriously fix something if you're getting that many flags.
Definitely something that will be focused on a lot. Likely not going to be a fun day of film for this defense. It's going to be a pitch out to Dunn on the right side. He's able to get maybe 4 or 5. Let's see where they mark him. This is Isaiah Leonard. We've heard his name a couple times on this defensive side. He's been in there a lot so far tonight. The Comets in Fairfield territory, already up 24-0. If they're able to make this a 30-0 game on their homecoming game, it could be a great look and especially momentum boost as the rest of the season goes on. Schaaf is going to drop back, has some time to throw, looks left side, it's caught by Ethan Jordan, moves back to the middle, and
great read rec there to get another 2 yards.
He's close to the 1st down, and they are going to move the sticks. So a nice completion to the senior wide receiver, Shane's move.
I mean, you got to say, Daniel, a touchdown on this drive nearly puts this game to bed. 30-0. There's not much coming back from that you can do in 15 minutes.
Yeah, these homecoming games have been very nice for Mason. Last year it was against Middletown with a big comeback towards the end. It's going to be a handoff to Brandon Dunn up the middle. He gains a few, maybe 3 or 4, but and then we look at last year, or the few years before, Comets had a dominating win. I think it was Sycamore on that homecoming night. The Comets looks like they're going to be keeping that streak alive if all goes well this second half. But after that run, it is going to be 2nd down and about 5. Schaaf in the shotgun, Dunn behind him is going to motion a wide receiver to the right side. Schaaf's going to roll out, throws quickly, and it's caught by Tristan Newhouse, who's going to get the 1st down. It's the first time we see the junior number 46 tonight.
And as we said to start this half, the wind's died down a bit. May see the ball flying through the air a little more, and Schaaf's been as accurate as ever tonight, even with the wind in the first half. Completion rate's really great tonight.
Yeah, I think this is the best game that we've seen from Schaaf his whole career here at Mason from throwing the ball. It's nice to see Newhouse getting some reps. He's had a bit of some struggles this year, a big fumble versus Lakota East. 1st down, it's going to be a dump off to the left side, but it's tipped by number 18 of Fairfield, Jake Schwartz, the junior linebacker, able to get a hand on it, and that's going to make it incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
6.5 minutes left here already in this 3rd quarter, and we've only seen a drive and a half here. Mason's still 2nd and 10 here, and clock's just chewing away at this point. You're just happy if you're a Mason fan that Mason's got this all but in the bag.
It's going to be another handoff to Brandon Dunn. He's wrapped up right around the 20. The ball came free.
It's looking an awful lot like Fairfield ball there.
We'll wait the call, and it is going to be Fairfield ball. It's recovered by number 5, Coney. He gets the fumble recovery, so the first turnover of the game for the Comets, or surrendered from the Comets.
Yeah, let's talk about Brendan Dunn. I mean, he's been running the ball great, but, I mean, if you got to do one thing wrong this whole game, it's not much of a better time to do it. I mean, you're up 24, not much they can do with the ball here, but you obviously don't want to have a fumble there, but you've got a little bit of a cushion here. You're all right to make mistakes, especially in one of your first games in the backfield.
Yeah, it's just going to be the issues you find of a new running back is that ball security. It's going to be an RPO to the right side. Has his man a nice tackle right around the sticks.
Yeah, and then
Preston Esoesta with a big hit.
Then continuing on Brandon Dunn, you gotta take into account that you're also throwing him kind of into the fire in a game this rainy and ball's slippery, ball's flying everywhere. You got the wind.
Back keeps it to the right side. He's going to gain maybe 5. That reception was Braden Miller, number 9. He's had a couple nice catches so far tonight. Fairfield keeping that quick hurry up going. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 is what they'll call it. Back motions number 24. It's going to be a handoff to George. George makes a few guys miss, but he will be short of the first down. Ryan Davis there in on the tackle. So 3rd and medium. We'll call it 3rd and 4. A big play here for Fairfield. Feels like every drive is starting to become kind of a do or die if you want to stay in this game. Takes a snap. It's going to be a speed option to the right side. Gets the pitch, and it's going to be a first down.
Speed options just a really fun play to watch.
Yeah, when you have a quarterback who can run it effectively and get that pitch out, it's a very deadly play. So first down for Fairfield. It's going to be an RPO. Dumps it off to the left side. And he's brought down. That's number 9 once again, Miller.
Flag thrown on the play.
Flag comes out. I think it's going to be a late hit for Mason, and it is what it's going to be. So that's going to go 15 yards in the way that the Comets don't want it to. Be first down for Fairfield.
As we're nearly 3/4 into this game, one of Fairfield's main ways of attack has been the RPO. You've seen it mainly turn into a run today just because of the situation in the air, but their main plan of attack has been a bunch of RPOs. You see a bunch of guys running out, able to receive, but, I mean, you're obviously just getting it to your running back most of the time.
So that flag will put the Indians in Comet territory, looking to not be shut out. Back in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to George to the left side. Breaks free of the first. Breaks free of the second. He's free to the left side at the 20. Stays in bounds. And he's all the way up to the 6. That's the top running back that we were expecting to see so far tonight. And it makes it 1st and goal for Fairfield.
Another no huddle here.
Yeah, they hurry up to the ball once again. Likely to see the same thing. It's going to be back. He throws back shoulder to the right side.
Through his hands.
It's incomplete. He's looking for Miller once again. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Going back to the play before that, I mean, the exhibition on breaking tackles right there, that was something else. Broke about 3 on his way down to the 6.
Yeah, that's why he's so dominant. Has over 100 yards in every game this season. Back is going to look to the end zone. It's tipped in the air, and it's intercepted. Comets force a turnover down the left side of the field. Cameron Hunter there on the interception. And what a turn of events from Fairfield's best drive, and it ends in a tipped interception.
Just a lazy pass there. I mean, left it too low to the ground. Very easy for the line to get their hands on it, and then that's just up for grabs. And Mason took advantage of that. That's been one of Mason's high points this season is the game on interceptions and grabbing turnovers. Some fumbles, forcing fumbles, recovering. Their reactions on defense have been very good this year.
Unsportsmanlike conduct called. I think it may have been on John Hendricks, number 63. Just a very unnecessary block there, almost from the back. So a penalty like that will bring the Comets back, but they still get the turnover, and the shutout is still intact. I know this Comet team and fans would love to exit a homecoming game, not allowing up any points. It's already up 24-0. We look back at that first drive that the Comets had this half. Was driving pretty good. Looked like they could have punched it in, but a fumble by Brandon Dunn saw the drive out for them. Shafe's going to keep it himself here on this first play. He gets maybe 1 or 2.
Up to the 10-yard line. Second down and 8.
Second and 8.
And last drive with the fumble, that was Mason's first turnover of the game, so very good ball security on their side.
Yeah, it's something as the Comets, they've done a nice job so far this season in winning the turnover battles, and they've already done it so far tonight. You know, it's something that coaches like to harp on a lot, and in a lot of those losses for Mason, they've been turning the ball over. Shafe has time in the pocket, still looks to the right side. Tries to make one miss, but he's going to get brought down and lets it go right before, but the ball comes out once again, and Fairfield is going to jump on it. So another turnover for the Comets. 2 drives, 2 fumbles, and after the interception, the Comets give it right back.
Yeah, Shafe wasn't thinking too quick there. I mean, no one was open downfield there. You got to either decide to chuck it away or just take the ball down with you. And dump pass there could have gone well, but just not enough time to secure the ball there.
Yeah, he just let it go, tried to make something out of the play, and you can't blame that one on Shafe. You know, he had possession, just wasn't able to hold on to it. So now we just mentioned the shutout still in play. The big chance here. It's going to be a handoff up the middle.
May have a little rough in the passer there.
Yeah, had a defender ram right into back.
Personal foul, Mason.
It is going to be a personal foul versus Mason.
Noah Dowers in the backfield took down Dominic back just way after the handoff there, and not sure he saw the handoff happen.
Yeah, Fairfield's been liking to kind of fake a play action look, so maybe it just didn't resonate with Dowers until after he had already hit him. They didn't have the ball, but that's going to make it, you know, 1st and 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Indians. It's going to be a speed option to the right side. It's caught by George, and George is tackled, pushed a little bit for a gain of maybe 4. So it'll make it 2nd and goal.
A little bit of a risky speed option there. Very late time to throw the lateral. Worked out well, though.
Yeah, the Comets had a defender right there. Looked like he was just inches away from maybe making something out of that. But it will be 2nd down for the Fairfield offense. Back, play action, rolls out to the right side. He looks like he's going to take it himself. But the Comet defense is right there. Just take him down at the 5. It'll make it 3rd down. It's Caleb Jordan, number 5, there in on the tackle for Mason. He's had a solid season so far.
Mason looking a little clutch here in their own red zone.
3rd down, you got to think that if they're not able to convert here, that Fairfield will keep the offense on. Red zone is always one of the toughest places to score. Back is going to keep it himself. Reverses field, gets in, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Fairfield. Shutout will end, as that'll make it 24-6 after the 5-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Dominic Back.
That was some impressive speed shown by the quarterback there. I mean, he ran almost all the way to the end of the field and ran the other way around the line, just able to get around everyone on the field there.
2-point conversion, and the throw is just low, so they aren't able to get it. He was looking for Braden Miller once again, number 9. There's a penalty against Fairfield. It is declined, so that is just going to make it 24-6. And you wonder if you're in a spot here, if you're Fairfield, if you might want to try an onside kick, try and get this ball directly back. But you've already forced 2 turnovers in as many drives as the Comets have had. So far your defense has really came out of the locker room swinging.
(24-6) here, 2 minutes left in the third. Still not a horrible situation for Mason, up 3 possessions here. Just trying to chew the clock out.
Another score update, Hamilton up 34-0 over Princeton. Vikings, the top team in the GMC, will take their first GMC loss of the year. Looking for a few more. Oak Hill's up 26-7 over Sycamore. Lakota West 45-0 over Coleraine. And Lakota East 19-9 over the Middletown Middies. So some nice GMC games so far today. But obviously, Braden, the one we're most worried about right now is this one right here at Dwyer Field where the Comets have looked.
CJ Kastner getting a little bit of action on the kick return there. Got bullied a little bit and taken down, but very tough showing there on the return.
The Comets will get their third drive, trying to just play clean and not turn this ball over. They'll have some nice field positioning at the 34. Schaefer will come out in the pistol formation. Brandon Dunn behind him. He dive to the left side. Dunn has some room. Is able to get 6, maybe 7. He'll make it second and somewhat short. Abe Ross there in on the tackle, the safety. He's made some really nice plays tonight. Comets most likely to just try and run out this clock as much as possible. 1:25 left in the third. Second and about 3 for the Comets. It's going to be another handoff. It's going to be a keeper with Schaefer. Schaefer has a first down and way more. He's over to the 35 where he's tackled. Maybe at about the 37 is where they're going to spot him. The legs of Ashton Schaefer keeps the drive going.
Yeah, such a fun play to watch there. I mean, you can't do it every time because then obviously they'll begin to expect that. Just get right on Schaefer immediately. But, I mean, you were able to trick them into going for him. And then Schaefer just slid right out the back, and he just got going there for the first down.
Comets find themselves in Indian territory once more. It's going to be Brandon Dunn in the shotgun right next to Ashton Schaefer. It's going to be another handoff up the middle. Dunn has some room, breaks free, and he's going to get the first down. Moves the sticks to keep it down the same. How about tonight? The run game from Brandon Dunn has just been incredible. He's way over 100 yards now. His Comets, kind of, like we've mentioned a couple times, seem to have found a bit of a spark.
Really entertaining to watch Brandon Dunn today. I mean, he'll get the ball 1 second, and then next second he is already 6 yards ahead.
First down now for the Comets. They try to make this lead even, or bring it back to what it was. Dunn to the left side. He's going to get the first down once again.
Brandon Dunn pushes the Comets into the red zone at the 14.
Brought down after a gain of 10. And this is what we saw in that first drive from, those first 2 drives, honestly, from the Comets. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Comets knocking on the door once again, but Fairfield's able to put some points on the board, 24-6. Stay tuned for the last quarter here in this homecoming game here on Mason Sports Radio. welcome you back to Dwyer Field for this last quarter. As that carry not going to go for anything. It'll be 2nd and 15 now for Mason. So that play blown up way behind the line of scrimmage. Comets knocking on the doorstep here as we begin the 4th quarter. And Braden, what have you seen this drive?
I mean, just no fear in the Comets right here. They're just driving right up the heart of the defense, and they're forcing them to put a stop to it. They're not going to do anything to take themselves down.
Schaaf doesn't sense the pocket collapsing. He's going to be brought down for a sack. Schwartz once again his first sack of the night. So the Comets find themselves now in a 3rd and 18.
Still in good range for a field goal here. Just looking to make this a scoring drive. Don't want to do anything to put that in jeopardy here. So might just keep it on the ground, not force anything.
Yeah, Schaaf had his eyes down to kind of that right side of the field, but he didn't realize Schwartz was behind him, coming free off the edge. That's something that as a quarterback you gotta be able to sense more. That pocket presence can be so big for quarterbacks. 3rd and 18 for the Comets. Adesanya to the left of Schaaf. Schaaf drops back. He's going to look for Adesanya, but he overthrows him, and that's going to lead to 4th down.
Looks like it'll set up maybe a 40-yard attempt here for a field goal if they go for that. And yes, it is. Max Gogol coming out on the field here.
So ball spotted at the 23. This is going to be near. It will be a 40-yard field goal. We know Gogol has the leg for a kick like this. So weather's calmed down a little bit. As we'll see off the leg of the junior. Dunn is the holder. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, has the distance, but it is no good.
Just wide left there. That was 3 yards short of his long. He for sure had the distance. Could have shot that from 45, but just a little bit left. And setting up from the left, maybe just didn't have that direction.
Yeah, you wonder if that wind did push the ball a little bit. Like you mentioned, Braden just barely sweeped it left. So the Comets will stay 24 points. It's 24-6 still. As this Fairfield offense will come back on. Fairfield coming off. They got very good field position after a forced fumble, which they turned into 6, failed the 2-point conversion. But they're trying to slowly get back in their first drive of the 4th. It's going to be a handoff to George. He's going to get about 4 on 1st down. And the Comets have done a pretty nice job of keeping George in check so far tonight. They've been forcing back to throw a lot, and George being the top running back in the GMC hasn't exactly looked like it. It's going to be a screen to the left side, and he's going to get the 1st down, gets a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, the defense has been one of the many bright spots of the Comets today. In a very bright game for the Comets, you hope to see more of the same from the defense and everyone else on this field, honestly. Not much you can say that went wrong here for the Comets today.
There's Braden Miller on the screen reception. He's been that main guy through the air for Dominic back tonight. Chains move. It's a 1st down at the 34. A little bit of a low snap. Back's going to keep it himself. He tries to make something happen, but his forward progress might give him a yard. He's tackled right at about the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9 from their own 36 here. We got 9.5 left in this game. And a stop here for Mason. Maybe let Fairfield run the clock a little bit, and then Mason runs the clock. That should be the game. Maybe about 2 or 3 drives left here.
It's going to go
Caught right at the line. That looks like it'll be sent and move the chains.
nice tackle there.
They're going to mark it just short. 3rd and inches here.
There's Ryan Davis in there with a tackle. Like you said, it'll be 3rd and short. Flag. It is going to be an ineligible receiver downfield, so that'll move him behind the sticks and just so many times tonight, Braden, that Fairfield's gotten a nice play to go, but it's brought back because of a flag.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like every time Fairfield's got something going for them, there's a yellow flag out on the field.
It's going to make it 2nd and about 15. Back fumbles the snap, but he's able to retain it. Steps up in the pocket, but he's brought down. Alex Brown able to take him down for the sack behind the line of scrimmage. Now that's going to make it 3rd down. To say no gain and no loss there. 3rd and 14 for this Indian offense in a spot where they need it badly. Two receivers to back's right, 2 as well to his left. Another low snap. He's going to take it himself towards the left side. And Alex Brown there once again. Nowhere to go. Penalty flag out again. But a very, very nice night from the junior linebacker, Alex Brown. He was named the captain. But there's a personal foul against Mason.
I mean, it seems like every single set of downs we've got a flag flying on at least one of the plays. As Mason holds here, sends Fairfield forward another 15, give him a 1st down and another shot at this drive.
Just too many personal fouls from each team. Both teams probably over 100. Play action, back looks to the right side. He was looking for number 6, Ruff.
And in a game as bright as this for Mason, that's the one thing that you could say for both teams need to work on. I mean, of course it's overshadowed by how Fairfield's doing and how much that's affected them this game. But, I mean, Mason hasn't done perfect at that either. Both teams need to clean that up on a major front.
GMC update, Lakota West up 45-0 over Coleraine. A screen pass to Miller on the left side goes nowhere. We look at some of these other ones. That's the West State on the tackle. Still 34-0 Hamilton over Princeton. Probably what's going to be the biggest upset of the year in the GMC as we get ready for that game to end. Here's 3rd down and about 10 for Fairfield. Back looking at the sideline, looking for signals. He's going to drop back. Launches it to the right side, and it's
right through the hands of Estoesta.
Estoesta. It's his 2nd chance at an interception, but nothing comes of it. As well, Sycamore still down to Oak Hills 26-7. So 4th down, back, play action, rolls out to the right side. He's still looking downfield, launches it, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Ruff once again, and the Comets force a turnover. This offense will come back on the field.
And that may have been Fairfield's last-ditch effort right there. I mean, a completion there would have kept the hopes alive, but there's not much you can do now. Down 18, 7 minutes to go. There's just not much you can do. Mason starts with the ball at the 50.
Yeah, 3-possession game with less than 10 minutes feels extremely unlikely. And you give the ball back to Mason almost in your own territory. Ball is placed directly at the 50. A big chance for the Comets to try and make this a 20-point game once more.
I mean, what a way to hype up your students than winning this game in a blowout fashion. So Mason may just want to keep the foot on the pedal here, keep scoring and scoring.
1st and 10 at the 50. Gavin McDaniel in the backfield, but Shafe's going to keep it himself. Gets to about the 46, it looks like. Either about a gain of 4.
So they have the margin there, 2nd and 5.
Second down, 5. From the Indian, 45.
So it'll be a gain of 5 there from the quarterback. Seems like the games where Shafe has been running a lot, it's been working in favor for this offense. Gavin McDaniel behind Shafe. It will be a handoff to the senior running back. He breaks up close to the first down. We'll see if they give it to him. Looks like he'll be marked just a few inches short.
Schaaf and Dunn making great use of that play back there. I mean, 3 of Fairfield's guys went right after Schaaf, expecting him to keep it that time after about 3 times in a row of him keeping it. But that cleared Dunn up to go another 4 yards.
This clock continues to run. We look over 5 minutes and 39 seconds and counting. Schaaf's just going to take it himself up the middle. First down and way more on the QB sneak.
First down and 10. From the Union 36-yard line.
It moves the chains and the Comets rolling into Fairfield territory.
Looking to end this game off on a perfect note here. Just doing what they've done all game, driving it into Fairfield territory and taking a lot of time as they do it.
Comets are one of the best teams at chewing clock throughout a game, usually leading in possession time. It's something Coach Kastner loves to do with his offense. So now first and 10. Still McDaniel in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to McDaniel. And he's going to gain about 5 or 6 there on first. So it's been Brandon Dunn, it's been Temi Adesanya, but now we're really seeing number 25, the senior Gavin McDaniel, get his reps. And this, what now looks to be a pretty good running back room when you add Brandon Dunn to the mix. It goes from a somewhat of a weak group to could be sneaky good.
I mean, this running back core is the best that we've seen it in a minute here, adding Brandon Dunn to the mix. Just able to pass it to whoever you want, really, and get some speed out of it, get a couple yards, about 3 or 4 every time you hand it off to one of them today.
Come back after this timeout. Ball will be spotted at the 32-yard line.
32nd down and 6 for the Comets.
This Comets, their main objective now is to just chew clock, avoid any injuries, no dumb mistakes, and just take this one back to the locker room. Second down, Schaaf hands it off to Adesanya, who breaks free. Past the 10, he's brought out of bounds. Best run we've seen so far from the senior running back.
Going right from the 30 to the 15, Adesanya pushes him right into the red zone at the 15.
Flag is down, however. We'll see what the call is. It's holding against Mason, so the nice run will be brought back after a hold.
I mean, it gets to the point where you see a good player and you're like, all right, what was the flag for on that one?
Absolutely, both teams getting hit hard with the yellow on the field. After what would have been a first down, it's now going to be 2nd and 13 from the 33-yard line of the Fairfield Indians. Comets likely to still just keep this one on the ground. Schaaf in that pistol look. Adesanya still behind him. It's going to be another handoff to Adesanya. And he's just going to truck forward. Gets to the 25. That's all where he will.
I mean, hey, he got through. Got through, and you're just saying, all right, going to give me a flag for that one? I'll do another first down.
There's a first down. Now that game officially over. The Hamilton Big Blue stunned the Princeton Vikings 34-0. And we talked about last week, the Comets were coming off of a 30-7 loss to Princeton. So not at all what anybody would expect. First down for Mason. Adesanya will take the handoff to the left side. Breaks free, and he has some room to the 10. Keeps chugging forward, and he's near the end zone. He's going to go out of bounds at the 2. Adesanya gets inside the 5, and the Comets with a chance to put 30 up here in their homecoming game.
What a great way to send your students out to one of their most fun weekends of the year. I mean, you're hyped up. That football team just blew out one of their GMC opponents, and I mean, there's really nothing else to say there. Just a huge win for Mason.
Great showing from this offense all night as they look to get back the 6 that Fairfield got at the beginning of the half. Adesanya will stay in the game. It's likely going to go to him. And it will. Up the middle. Adesanya pushes forward, and he's in. Adesanya, it's his third touchdown of the year for number 5. Comets get it in for 6, and that'll make the score 30-6. Comets keep on rolling here on the homecoming night. Max Gogol out for the extra point.
It's also great to see the way that Fairfield started out this half scoring a touchdown. They did not let that get to them, and you could see they bounced back even on that 2-point conversion attempt, that they did not let them do anything else after that.
Extra point is up and good. You know, that touchdown feels really good for the senior running back who hasn't been able to get the production that he's really been looking for, but an impressive game from this running back group tonight. He's able to get in for his 3rd of the year. Comets keep the ball rolling here with just 3 minutes and 32 seconds left. Just an incredible performance all around.
3:30 left in this game, and you're just waiting for that clock to run out at this point. You're ready to go home off a huge Mason win here.
Yeah, that'll improve the Comets to 2-4 on the season, 2-3 in the GMC. When we look at both of these teams next game, the Comets will go to Middletown to take on the Middies as they're still in a game with Lakota East. We look at Fairfield next week. They will take themselves back home versus Hamilton, who we've talked about is coming off of a powerful win versus a top GMC team. So not what they're going to want. Miller will take this kickoff on a bounce and be taken down right around the 19-yard line. Offense will come back out for another drive, likely their last of the game. 3 minutes and 27 left in tonight's game. They're likely going to try and be aggressive. This game pretty much over, but you don't want to stop trying to push as an offense. The first down play action, throws to the left side. It's another screen, and it'll be a gain of about 5. Sean Ruff, number 6. He's been getting involved a lot more this second half.
Fairfield moving a little bit slower than earlier in this game. I feel like they're also just trying to run this clock out. They know there's nothing they can do to put up another 25 points here.
They hurry it up, run it up the middle. Will be close to a first down, but doesn't look like it will be enough. They'll make it 3rd and about 1 for this Indian offense. They hurry up to the ball once more. Only one receiver to the left side. It's going to be another handoff, but he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It looks like they will give him the first down. Only needed 1. Looks like the forward progress got him there. Shane's move, first down. It's going to be another handoff up the middle. Only about a gain of 2. Stephen Bryant, number 13, who's been getting these carries all drive for Fairfield. Will be once again a handoff to Bryant. And he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. John Hendricks in there, the big junior who's been having a very solid year this season.
We have hit the 2-minute mark here in the final quarter of this game. Daniel, what was your favorite part about this game? There's a lot to choose from here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been how good that this offense has looked compared to other weeks. Back's going to take off. He's going to get a first down a little bit more. But, we've talked about it so many times. The defenses look great, and the offense has found a new stride that we weren't really expecting them to see. Brandon Dunn, Ashton Schaaf, his best game of the season. This running game as a whole, it gives you a lot more excitement about the rest of this year. Back. Looks to the left side, has a man wide open. It's Ruff, and Ruff is free down the field. And he's in. Touchdown, Fairfield.
A little bit of lazy coverage there by Mason. I feel like they were getting a little complacent with how much they were up by, which it's fine to do. They're still going to win the game, but, I mean, it's not the greatest thing you could have done there.
Yeah, just some bluffing from the secondary. That's Ruff's first touchdown of the year. He came into tonight with just a little over 100 yards. As this time, except for going for 2, Fairfield's just going to go for this extra points. Back is the holder. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. So after the touchdown, it'll be 31-13. Comets still in front with just about a minute and 30 left in this game.
Got a little palindrome score.
Likely to see some sort of an onside kick here from Fairfield, just trying to give themselves a little bit, but it's nice when you're being Fairfield, you're able to end this game on a bit of a high note. A big touchdown pass there, you take that into next week, you take that into practice as a positive. When you lose a game like this, coaches always want to just end it on something nice to take into next week, and they're going to have a big game at home versus Hamilton. They'll be facing another top running back in Grayson Goldsmith. We saw him a few weeks ago when the Comets went down 7-3 to the Big Blue.
And you'll see a pretty good team with Hamilton. I mean, shutting out Princeton, just did a great job today. Fairfield got another tough opponent next week.
Yeah, we've mentioned that game many times for good reason. Go up to it, and it is going to be a squib, but very far back. Comets will be able to get it at about the 30. And a nice little return will take them to the 35. And you got to think that with a minute 26 left, Ashton Schaaf and this Comet offense just going to run this game out to hit zeros on the clock. There is going to be an injury timeout. The officials take a timeout. Sure who it is that's down for the Comets, but he is able to get helped up.
Adesanya went down on the play.
Number 5, Temi Adesanya, who just scored on that last drive. Got to think he won't be checking into this game anymore. Last thing you want in a big win like this is for one of your better players to be going down.
Yeah, no need for the risk there.
Yeah, in a spot like this, injuries is the main thing that's on your mind, just avoiding anything like that. Just about a minute 30, this Comet offense in the huddle over on the sideline.
And getting a first down here on this drive, just a fresh set of downs would easily put the Comets in victory formation here.
Quarterback in for the Comets, Alex Siley, the sophomore, will check in for Ashton Schaaf. High snap is going to hand it off to Gavin McDaniel. He's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Correction on the pronunciation, it's last name Silly for the sophomore. But with this game being pretty much over, they're able to get the sophomore quarterback a couple reps. Not risking anything. So we'll get to see the first looks for him. Could potentially be the guy next year to take over the reins at quarterback, with obviously Ashton Schaaf being a senior. The Comets are just going to knee this ball out. Silly takes it, drops to a knee. We look at this, 37 seconds left. And both teams are starting to line up at the 50. Comets are going to take this one 31-13 on their homecoming night, or on their homecoming game, in the most dominant performance we've seen all season from this Comets team. The offense, the defense, and the special teams both showing out great tonight in not the best of weather conditions. And, you know, Braden, right before we go out, just overall just a great performance from this team.
Yeah, I mean, that probably was the best game I've seen Mason play this entire year. Just beautiful execution on offense and defense, and what a game from Brandon Dunn. His first game in the backfield this season, and he was just explosive behind the line is all you could say. He was just running it all over the field today.
That's going to do it here from Dwyer Field. Comets take it 31-13. I'd like to thank our crew. I've been Daniel Panetti here with Braden Johansson, Alyssa Feinblad doing directing, and Braden West and Isaac Vargo doing your camera work tonight. Comets take their homecoming game 31-13. We thank you for watching.